It is 7:43. It is Littleport. Good evening, friends, and welcome, one and all, to this special online-only service of Littleport Christian Spiritualists. It is an absolute pleasure to welcome everyone on. Let's make it a little bit clearer to see, shall we? It's a pleasure to welcome everyone on back after a very long time. Welcome back to the Chateux Del Nick in the Boudoir Del Brown. It's not a time for panicking. The lockdown hasn't returned, but the elections have, so we've been booted out of the village hall. So we are back here, broadcasting live for our evening together. And yes, you guessed it, tonight you get messages online. Good evening to everyone. Welcome to everyone. And thank you for the compliment about the credits. I did work quite hard on those. And of course, we have our usual Thursday night order of service, except that I get to sit down all night. And the advantage, of course, of being online is that we can have a medium serving us from anywhere and any when. And so tonight, it gives us an absolute overwhelming pleasure to welcome my very, very, very good friend, my Friday co-host, my fellow bishop, and an all-round good egg. Give a big internet and Littleport welcome to Rev Tony.
Hello, everybody.
Good evening, sir. How are you?
I'm very well, except when I went to get dressed, I realised my clerical collar went home with us last time to get washed.
Absolutely, absolutely.
I could blue tack it to my neck.
You could go to the hairdressers and get one of their the hairdressers now have the Roman Catholic collar.
Yeah.
You know, so we could get you one of them for future. But it's so good to see you, mate. It feels like a lifetime, even though it's only 6 days.
It's really weird because I was sat sort of thinking, when was the last time I did an online service for Littleport? And
It's a long time.
I know,
really is.
But it's wonderful to be here, and it's wonderful to be serving everybody. And yeah, really good.
And great to have you back working in my bedroom.
But well, there you go. Not often you can say that, Nick. Not often you can say that.
I know. For anyone who is tuning in who has never seen me work before, I apologise. You'll have to come back tomorrow afternoon at 4 o'clock for the 2 revs so that I can apologise for the first time. Our services are exactly how anyone who knows Littleport would expect them. They are spiritual, uplifting, but honest. I am who I am, and I make no excuses. And there we go. You see, Zoe, I do apologise. Your first time watching.
Zoe's seen me work before, so she's used to.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I have to admit, and I will say this straight away, to everyone who is commenting and saying hello, absolute huge welcome. If I haven't mentioned you or brought your comment up, I do apologise. I'm struggling to keep up. It is amazing. I can see rather than clicking them, I'm just going to roll down the list very, very quickly and yell out some names. We've got Mandy Nixon, Justine Molyneux, a couple of Facebook users. I would imagine one of them might be Mother. We've got Zoe Scaife. We've got Bobby Lockwood. Tony's on there, and so am I. We've got Shana Darby, Edwina Fletcher, my cousin from Wales. We've got Kylie Alice, another Facebook user. Helen Robinson, another Facebook user. We've got Anita Booth, Nicola Jane Briggs, who I'm sure... yes, in fact, reading the comment, has got Bethany, Callum and George with her. We've got the lovely Kaza, evening, darling, and the lovely Shelley, good to see you. We've got Andrew Briggs, Louise Perry, April Tipple, Adi Sadler, hello to you. We've got Sheridan Murphy, Annette Jackson. Wow. Oh, Linda Brown. No, she has actually fixed it.
Yeah.
I think I have. Oh no, Lizzie Goodings, Tammy Louise, Lee. What? Hello, Lee. Lee Wiseman. Good to see you, mate. Helen Robinson, Tori. Um, keeps jumping. Tori Barabochia. I hope I got that right. The lovely Dawny Walden, Karen Stubb, Rebecca Whelan, Michael Swindells. That's a name I recognise. Wow! Just
I know.
and welcome to Littleport Village. No, welcome to my bedroom on this Thursday night. And it is a normal order of service. And there's Jen, one of our Fridays and one of my circle members. There's quite a few actually with Kazza and Shelley on there, of course. Gail Bristow has just joined. Oh, and thank you, Tori. I actually got a name right, which is, I think my time on SPTV has helped me get people's names. We've got Tony and Eunice joining us. Of course, we've got Rev Allen in the background, waiting to give us a reading. And you know what? All the way up until the messages, feel free to just chat amongst yourselves and build a community. I have no problem with that. Tony has no problem with that. It's what
Absolutely
it's all
not.
about.
Sorry,
Obviously,
I'm
you're
just
right.
answering Helen Robinson about her daughter saying she's in my healing book.
Absolutely, yes. And that was next to Helen Robinson.
Okay.
My mother has got hold of our healing book and she will be putting her name in right now. I promise you. Yes, absolutely. And do stay around, obviously, for the healing later, and everyone can send out healing thoughts to your daughter. So what is it that we're here to do tonight? Well, tonight we are here to have a service of mediumship, Littleport style. We will have an opening prayer, we will have philosophy, we will have a reading, we will have healing, and then the bit everyone looks forward to, the bit where I shut up and hand the rest of the evening over to the lovely Tony to give out messages. Although I've got to do some work tonight.
Yeah, you do. Yeah,
I've
you
got to
do.
do some work tonight because I will be absolutely in the background feeding up information. And this is where we do have to be a little bit careful. We will be giving messages online. So if Tony sends out a link to you, then please, make yourself known in the comments. I'll bring you up on screen. And please try and be engaging with Tony. Let him know what the messages mean to you. And so forth. It's been such a long time since I've done a service like this online, but it's like falling back into your favourite joggers, isn't it?
It is. It is. It's just so nice to be back on. It really is. I love it.
Absolutely. And for anyone who is new, I see some wonderfully new names, all connected to a certain account that we are now able to attach to on StreamYard. Thank you, Tony. We have these services live from the village hall every Thursday night. We can't give out messages from the hall, but it's still part of your ability to be part of a divine service of mediumship. And of course, tomorrow afternoon at 4 o'clock, me and Tony will be back together for the two revs.
Two revs on.
Two revs on philosophy. Now, I've got to say, I know I haven't done the opening prayer yet, so we can still yam a bit. We have got on order some Spirit Line, the Two Revs t-shirts.
Yeah.
For those that were watching last Friday afternoon, we listened, we heard, they're on the way. So yeah, thank you to Tony. Absolutely. Thank you to the other Tony. I should say Tony Spinks, who's sorted that out. And Susie, Susie Jowl, your husband, healing on its way. Absolutely. And this is just so wonderful to be here, but I'm going to do the notices first because other than we are back live in the village hall next week, I've got one really important notice to give out. For regulars at the Independent Spiritualist Alliance, for regulars at Littleport Christian Spiritualists, for regulars between and betwixt me, Tony, and everyone at the Alliance. Hannah, bless her, our Hannah, Elsa, who conducts our raffle, has been extremely poorly. She has been in hospital. Everyone's been waiting for updates. I can now give you one. She is home. Now, one of the things about spiritualism is that we endeavor to give proof of everything that we say. So I'm going to prove that she's home now and say, Hannah, Samantha, are you there?
Hi!
Hi!
We're home!
You're home.
Oh, wow.
That
Wonderful
is
to
awesome.
see you.
It's great to see everybody too.
How you doing, sweetie?
I
what
told you something.
You've got what? Something, sorry?
She wants to show you something.
Oh, you want to show us something? Sorry, I've
She's a
got
bit
the wrong earphones in and you're a bit croaky, love.
She's still croaky, yeah.
Well, that's understandable, darling, with all what you've been through. What have you got to show us then, darling?
Hannah's keen to show you her new best friend.
Now, I had heard that there was a new member of the family.
No.
Hello.
Oh, hello.
Yeah,
Is
it's
that-
not
That-
yours.
No, is that Harry the elephant?
It's Hannah's Daft Ada.
Darth Ada. Oh, now I like that even more. Darth Ada. Which reminds me, may the 4th be with you. For all my fellow sci-fi buffs, may the 4th be with you. And Darth Ada is home too. Now, there you go. Wow.
That's amazing.
And what have you got to say, Hannah? I am your daughter. And I am your mother.
Yes.
Let's say,
I am your mother.
Sam, I am your daughter.
She did it a bit better earlier. But
I can imagine. Oh, do you know what? It is so good to see you back home, though. Everyone has been constantly asking after you. The page is just gone wild with Hannah comments.
we tried to keep up with the messages, but it's just a bit
This is one of the reasons why I've left you alone, apart from do you want to come on the show? So we've got Louise says that's brilliant. Susan Symes, lovely to see Samantha and Hannah. We have got welcome home Hannah from Jam Simpson. AD,
Look at them all.
great to see you home. I literally can't keep up with the comments tonight.
No.
And it's
that's
brilliant.
lovely.
Keep it going. Challenge me. Keep commenting. I love it.
Thank you so much as well for all the messages and the love and the purple hearts and everything. It's just been so amazing. When I've been sitting like 1, 2 o'clock in the morning looking at Hannah, it's been hard work, but the messages have been good. Thank you.
Good. Well, that's what a family is all about, after all.
Yes.
That is what a family is all
is,
about. So, what have you got planned for tomorrow, Sam?
I'm going to sleep.
Right answer.
And we've got 3 weeks of EastEnders to catch up on.
Yes, you absolutely have.
Yeah,
You
sorry,
absolutely
Dad.
have.
Because the TV never worked in our room,
No.
did it? No.
No.
Bless
So
you.
catch up on all the soaps
Yes.
and just
Brilliant.
chill.
Yes.
Fantastic. Well, it is so good to have you back, darling. You rest up. You know where I am if you need me. I'm only around the corner.
Yes.
That's the wonders of Littleport being so tinchy. But
my God, growing.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
the houses
know,
have been
I know.
Mhm.
See my sci-fi thing for details because there's a comment to make about that. But that's another show. Stop it, Nick.
Go catch up.
Absolutely. But welcome home. Glad
Yeah.
you're feeling a bit better.
Yeah.
Get
It's
that
still
voice
going,
rest.
Nick.
Yeah.
It's still
I
going.
know. I can't keep it. The comments are still going. Thank you, everyone, for showing the love.
Yeah.
And it'll
Yeah.
give Hannah and Samantha something to read. So you take it steady,
Yeah.
We will.
and we will see you a bit later on.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much, everybody.
Mwah.
Bye.
God bless.
Bye, darling.
Be safe. Rest that voice. You'll be calling lottery numbers soon.
Yes.
Take care, darling. God bless.
Bye.
Wow, what a treat. What an absolute treat. And thank you all so much for showing the love in the comments. It is, brilliant. Well, I've been gabbing on so long, I might not get a chance to do much philosophy. So shall we open this evening in prayer?
Go on, Nick.
Friends, let's join together a moment as we say, Great Spirit, Father, Mother, God, we thank you for the opportunity to come together as friends, to unite under your banner of love, of hope and friendship, to witness your proof and your truth that life is indeed eternal. As we open this evening in your name, we ask that the veil be lifted and the world of spirit draw close, that Tony, your instrument, and his friends and helpers might provide that truth that life is indeed eternal. In your name and in love and truth and light. Amen.
Amen.
Well, I'm just so blown away by the love in the comments. I'm not really, because that's just the people that we hang around with. But it deserves mention, I think. It really, really does. And so normally at this point, I would go on about a 10-minute rant about something, but I'm not actually going to tonight. The reason is because I don't need to, because we have been talking about one of the most important spiritualist tenets all night: community, friendship, and love. And I think that that is the core of everything we do. But there is something else that we need to focus on, and something that we must always remember. Thank you. I knew that they got something to say. This is short, I promise you. And it's ironic, really. Yesterday, of course, was the 200th anniversary of the birth of Emma Hardinge Britten, who was the first real big exponent and pioneer of spiritualism in this country. She worked with those in America and brought it over. Of course, when I say in this country and first, I'm talking about spiritualism in its modern sense. Mediumship, communication with the world of spirit, has been everywhere for centuries. We must remember that, because truth is important. And here's something that we quite often get wrong in this way of life. We talk about truth, but we always make a honest mistake. It's one of carrying information down, but it is a mistake nonetheless. I've been guilty of saying it in the past numerous times, but I learn and I do my best to put things right. We say the 7 principles of spiritualism as given to Emma Hardinge Britten by Spirit. That's not entirely true, because she actually gave 10 spiritual commandments and 10 ways of living, basically a code of conduct, as we call it in the Independent Spiritualist Alliance. And although she did speak of and do a speech summarizing her 10 principles with the 7 principles, so she did read them aloud as 7, but she was saying it to summarize the 10 commandments, her creed, as she called it before. So we need to be careful, because we talk about truth all the time. I very much doubt that there has ever been a spiritualist service that I have been to where I haven't heard in a prayer or in a statement, love, truth, and light. So when we say the 7 principles as given to Emma Hardinge Britten, we have to be careful because that's not entirely true. And so the 10 commandments, spiritual commandments, as she called them, are really, really important because we lose things the more we water down stuff. Now, I will be honest with you, the language was very Victorian and needed a bit of an update. But we watered it down a bit too much by going with the summary, because there is so much wonderful guidance and advice in those spiritual commandments. And none of them are what I would call something that people couldn't accept as a good idea. Especially and including the principle number 10, which was strive in every way of life, in every part of being, to live by these tenets. But whatever creeds, precepts, and ideas go against your better judgment, forget them and just be nice. What more could you want? So we do talk about the truth all the time. And I think it's important that we recognize that I'm not knocking Emma Hardinge Britten. I am saying she did so much more. Learn about it, read about it. And we need to be careful of describing the 7 principles as given by Spirit. Because when we say that, we are attributing something that isn't 100% the full story. And as I said, when you water something down, you lose a great deal. So if anyone wants to see them, they are on our Facebook pages. I share them frequently. The reworded from Victorian language versions, I will be honest. But I will share the Victorian versions if you want them. And most importantly, just remember that if we are going to say something, be it in spiritualism, spirituality, in life, with family and friends, in politics, in communicating with each other, there are only 2 rules that really matter. Be truthful and just be nice. So thank you all for listening, and God bless you all. And so now is the part in our evening, and thank you for the little ripple, Tony. It's very much appreciated. I've only got one person to scowl at rather than the whole congregation tonight. But what we do slightly different at Littleport is, instead of having a reading and then follow it on from the philosophy, we have the philosophy and then see if the reading matches up, because Spirit are in charge. And it used to be that I would try and screw my eyes up and see if Alan was smiling or frowning, but it's such a postage stamp on my screen, I can't see. So we're about to find out if Spirit have had everything planned. Hello to everyone who's joined since the beginning of the service, and thank you all for your kind words. And we say the magic words now that apply to all of us. Reverend Alan, are you there?
I am. Good evening. Good evening, everybody online. Tonight's reading is called The Longest Journey by Richard John Scarr. It's a long, long way to heaven, a hard climb to journey's end, but it is a road that each of us must take, through fraught and twists and bends, and adding to our burden will be temptations on the way, whilst the bends grow ever steeper every time we go.
Alan, you've frozen, mate.
Yeah.
At times in heaven, if we choose to walk alone.
Alan.
Yeah.
Are you there, mate? We lost you for a brief second. Would you like to go back from the line that Would you like to go back from the line that ended steeper?
Yes. every time we go astray. At times we'll journey forward just to find we are moving back, or going round in circles because we've wandered off the track. It's a lonely road to heaven if we choose to walk alone. But if we walk with Jesus Christ, his steps will lead us home. He will not smooth the journey out our pathway, for there are lessons to be learned. But walking at his elbow, he will lead us through the turns. It's a long, long road to heaven, but we can, with dogged stride, climb until we reach the top, with the good Lord at our side. Thank you.
Brilliant. Thank you. Yes, 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 yes. Absolutely. And you know what? We should also remember to walk with each other as well.
Absolutely.
And that is absolutely. And here we go. I'll get me trigger finger ready for the readings now. There we go, because they're already jumping. It's brilliant. After today, yes, Kaza, we definitely send you some healing. In actual fact, healing's in a moment.
Going again.
Wow.
That was lovely, Rev Alan. Here we go. I'll try and keep up. I'll get as many. Oh, yeah. It might not be very. It might not be very long that each are on the screen, but I will do my best to get everything on. Yes, absolutely, totally agree there,
So
Dormy.
poignant.
And we have caught up. Whew, I nearly wore my finger off then, but there we go. I'm just loving the love, loving the love, loving the love. Alan, what are you up to?
Not a lot. I'm off on my holidays on Sunday for a week, so sadly I will not be online on Thursday coming.
Yes, you had
I'm
booked
sure
that annual
somebody
leave, it's
within. I'm sure somebody will adequately fill my space.
Absolutely,
And,
absolutely.
And then when I come back, which is a week on Sunday, then on the Wednesday, I'm going to Retford to take some friends there because they're moving and he doesn't like driving that far, so I'm taking them.
Yes.
And then on the Thursday, of course, I will be in Littleport.
Yes, for the drum roll, please, if you'll pardon the pun. White Feather Shamanic Drum Healing Group, because I'm not allowed to call it Bangers and Blowers anymore.
No, we're not. No, that's no longer the Bangers and Blowers. I know it was a sad day for you, Nick. But
it was indeed. It was indeed. No, White Feather.
It really had to be done.
Absolutely, it needed a name.
And
It really
of
did.
course, I have put it up on the site, on the church site, that there is a wonderful event going on in Mildenhall on the 4th, I think it is.
Yes.
Which the White Feather Drum Circle will be attending. It is open to all members, and I would like to see as many people there as possible to give this lovely project the support it deserves. There's fire pits, which we'll be drumming around the fire pit. There's wigwams there. It's going to be quite a day.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely.
Well, believe it or not, I'm down for 10 days, so you may get 2 Thursdays out of me.
Superb. This is what we like to hear. Saves my trigger finger. Absolutely. Yes. Well, brilliant, Alan. Thank you so much for all you do, and well done for your reading tonight.
Oh,
and
you're welcome.
We will There you go. We're already booked in, Mother. Don't panic. And
Oh,
welcome
bless
to welcome to Kerry Scott. And 1111, I believe, is an angelic number, is it not?
I believe it is.
Yes,
Yes.
very much so.
Absolutely. So there you go. There you go, Sheridan. And Reverend Alan, thank you so much. Hello to
You're
our
welcome.
other first timer, Jess Rebecca Dearman. Cool, that rolled off quick, didn't it? I'm getting good at this.
Yeah, that's right.
And so, Reverend Alan, thank you so much, and we will see you a
Thank
bit
you all.
later on.
Will do. Thank you.
God bless, mate. Well, we've got 2-minute warning, and then Reverend Tony's going to start giving out messages from Spirit. Get yourselves ready for this. But first off, we are going to send out our healing thoughts. Would you believe it, though? We're only 3 minutes behind normal schedule.
Well, what's 3 minutes?
It just goes to show that if I shut my gob and get on with it, things can move along quite quick. So we are now going to send out our healing thoughts to all those who are sick and suffering and in need of comfort. Can we please remember, of course, Helen's daughter, Akaza, Sam, Hannah, and family. There was the husband of someone,
Susie Jowl.
Susie Jowl's husband. Thank you very much. And of course, everyone who's asked for healing too, and everyone in all the healing books. And so we're going to have a healing prayer. We're going to have a moment listening to some lovely healing music. And then we will be diving into the demonstration of mediumship. So, friends, let's join together and say, Great Spirit, Father, Mother God, here we bring unto you all those who are sick and suffering and in need of comfort, be they sick in mind, body, or spirit, that it may please thee to heal them. This we ask for those we know, for those we do not know, and those who have no one to ask for them. We ask for them now. Well, thank you everyone for sending out your healing thoughts, for all of the requests and offers of healing in the comments. It is now that moment where I'm going to disappear off the screen. I'm going to hand over to Tony for a moment or two to introduce himself to those that have never seen him before, but that will be quite rare because this man he get about. And then I will send up comments for him on the screen. Although I will tell you everyone that he can see every comment that comes up, but I will be his I will be his mouse button, and basically get out the way and give you the whole screen, mate. It's all about the mediumship after all.
You're
So
more than welcome to sit there if you want, but it's up
I
to
will
you.
probably pop up from time to time to make a few catty comments, but
Yeah.
but yeah, I will nip in and out and come back when you're on your last message, just so you know.
Okay.
I'd forgotten that I used to do that, believe it or not.
Yeah,
It just popped into my head. It's that routine, isn't it? Kicks in.
it does. It does.
But so for the moment, friends, give a big Littleport Internet live and post-recorded welcome to the lovely medium for this evening. We know him. You know him. Tony, over to you, mate.
Thank you very much. Hello, everybody. Hello. From the names going up the screen, I think there's quite a few people that have seen me before. If you haven't, you're in for a roller coaster. I leave the whole service over to Spirit and see where Spirit takes me. I will endeavor to describe the energy of the person that's connecting with me in as much detail as possible. Sometimes a name will flash up on screen and I will know where I'm going. If not, I do apologize. I'll much information, and if you understand it, just say in the comments, that sounds like someone I know, and I will try and sort out exactly where I need to go. As I was getting ready for tonight's service, I was aware that there was a gentleman's energy around me, and the gentleman, as he was bringing his energy to me, he and it's his words, so I guess I can use them. He said I was a bit of a grumpy so-and-so. So this gentleman could have his moments where he's a little bit irascible and he could be a little bit of a grump, but he, on the whole, the energy I get with him is a really warm, loving, kind, caring man. He is a lovely chap. I want to say at times in his life he would have carried a little bit of weight, because suddenly I feel like hello. I feel like my trousers are a little bit sort of tight on me, and so I know I'm carrying a little bit of weight. But as he's coming to the end of his life, I know that this gentleman would have lost a little bit of weight, because I feel a little bit sort of baggy clothes and things. He is giving me a sense of he was aware he was poorly, and I can't say what he's just said to me, because he's just said, well, me, there we are, and all of a sudden I'm gone. And so he was aware he was a little bit poorly, but whomp, all of a sudden he was on to the side. So yeah, Kylie, you can take it. Lauren, you can take it. And there was somebody else. Tammy Louise, you can take this as well. Let me work with the three energies then, with the three of you, and see if I can narrow this down. Okay. As well as everything else is just said, I want to say I've got aches and pains, achy joints. I don't know if this is like a fibromyalgia or something like that, but I know I'm achy and I'm stiff, and I feel like it could take me a little while on the morning to get myself going, if you understand that. Okay, bless you, sweetheart. He's given me a six connection that could be mum and dad and 4 children. That could be 6 children, 6 grandchildren, but there's a 6 connection somewhere around the family that he wants to pass his love on to. And he also wants me to talk. Oh, just for anybody who hasn't really seen me work, if he gives me a date, I can be a little bit off. They just ring a whole load of numbers and I have to pick the middle one and just hope for the best. So, it's just starting to really rain here and my internet can be a little bit tricky. So if I start talking like that comedian years ago, I do apologize. The ring dates and I pick the middle one. So I'm around the 23rd of a month for birthdays, anniversaries or passings. So if you can take around the 23rd of a month, that would be great. Around the month of June as well must be significant. Not around the month of June. The month of June must be significant. All right, hang on. My thoughts are starting to tumble around in my head. So he is acknowledging for me somebody with him in the world of spirit. It's not him. I don't feel it's him at all. But somebody with him would have a condition in the head, an Alzheimer's, a dementia, a stroke condition, something in the head where my thoughts would have been muddled up. And he's also making me feel like with this person, there was so much I wanted to say to everybody towards the end of my life, but I couldn't. This person couldn't speak, couldn't take, couldn't. They've just lost my words completely gone. So whoever this is in spirit, you can take the stroke. And Zoe, his granddad. Okay. Too little, too late. Okay. That's not the feeling I was getting. Okay, bless you. Hang on. Whoever this message is meant for, to say this tactfully, we're not in the blooming school ground now. You need to grow the bleep up and bleeping get over yourself, because bleeping hell, somebody in your family is really starting to wind this guy up, because he's straight there and he's saying, no, grow the what's it up. This is, I feel like the issue is actually about this big, but it's been blown up to Mount Everest, and he's saying, So if you can understand that, please, that would be great. Also, he's apologizing about the paperwork. It wasn't in order. It wasn't as sorted out as he wanted it to be. Things weren't as easy to find for you as he would have liked if he'd known what he knows now. The fact that, it was poorlier than he thought it was. Bless him. Okay, right. He's straight to the point. He really is, Anita. Thank you. Yeah, it's a good job I've got that 5-second filter built in since Michael's dad was about. Okay. As he's starting to withdraw his energy from me, I want to say, sweetheart, that you've got so much love in your heart, and it's going to make me cry if he doesn't behave himself. Right. Okay. You've got so much love inside, and it's sometimes hard for people to see that, and people can judge a book by its cover and not give you the benefit of being the wonderful person you are. Okay. He's sorry he couldn't say a lot of what he needs to say while he was here. And there are bridges that he wished he could have mended more. I'm trying to be very careful and use his words because it's his message, but he's getting a bit quick for me because he knows we're pulling back. Okay. Simon must, if Simon's earth side of life, can you please send a thought out? If he's in spirit, he's just popping in to say hello, and he's talking about the football boots. All right, I don't know whose football boots, what football boots, but he's talking about the football boots. Okay. And mint humbugs. He's giving me mint humbugs. They're the stripy ones, aren't they? Yeah. So
Yes, they are.
thank you. Voice from beyond. Right. He's giving me the mint humbugs. All right. And he's got them in the paper bag, not the plastic bag that we get them in now. So obviously somebody went and weighed them out. All right. And okay. I've got to say it with the accent. Sherbet lemon. He's giving me sherbet lemons. Okay. And I will leave his love with you. And I'm sorry I didn't quite nail down who it was. Lauren, Gregory, you seem to take a lot of it. And Jane, you seem to take a lot of it. Zoe and the other people who were in and then put the messages up, thank you, saying not for me. Take the bits you can, because if it resonated with you in the first place, it was obviously meant for you as well. All right.
Kylie and Zoe actually removed themselves for the running while you were working.
Yeah.
So
okay.
you were right where you went.
Okay, brilliant. Thank you. Kate, the way it works with online, I tend to just get information coming to me. If it resonates with you, please put a comment saying I can take this, I can take this. So, but there's a lady connecting with me from the world of spirit, and the lady, as she's connecting with me, again, just like this gentleman, she's a little bit full on, and she's really trying to get a strong connection going. I work with energy, so I feel the personality. I get the feeling of them as they come. Sometimes they give me passing conditions, and then but she's really fizzy. It feels like a bottle of lemonade inside me. Her energy is just all over the place, and she's really giddy, and she's really upbeat and really out there and trying to make people smile and laugh and make their day just a little bit better than it was before she met them that day, if that makes sense, because she's waffling. Okay. Bless you. She's a lovely lady. I feel like I don't normally get a lot of physicality, but I don't feel like, I think she'd have been about yay on me, so about 5'8", 5'9", something like that. Maybe I could be off, but I just feel like if I was standing talking to her, that's about where she would be on me. Okay. I also feel with this lady, there would have been a loss of weight prior to her passing, because I feel like I feel very clothes, very baggy and very sort of. Don't panic about the height, Kate. I could be off. It's just like I say, I just feel her energy, and I feel like that's about where she's putting herself. Okay. Right. All right. Like I say, beautiful lady. She's just glowing, and I feel like this is how she would have been in life. She would have just been full of life, full of beans, full of joy and laughter, and always. Okay. She's making me feel like I want to be silly and playing games and jokes and I'm dealing cards. She would have played cards. I don't know what game. I don't feel like gambling cards. I feel like, yeah, just for fun and match. She showed me matchsticks and buttons. Matchsticks and buttons. She'd have played with matchsticks and buttons. Okay. She's pulling on my ear. She's pulling on my ear, and that for me means you're asking for help and guidance from your loved ones who've gone before, and you're ignoring the replies. So she's just tugging on my ear and saying, we're trying to help, just reach out, just open up, because the answers are there. For whatever the situation is. Okay. Right. Okay. I saw somebody say bipolar. Kate, she had bipolar. Okay. It must have been well controlled most of the time then, because I feel quite level. If I've had connections with people with this condition before, and it's really yo-yo. It really is yo-yo. But she must have been quite well controlled. You can't hear anyone. Listening songs, sweetheart, and things, books you read, you'll see words that'll jump out at you. It's things like that I think that she's talking about. All right. Oh, she's really getting a bit right. Lauren and in the message before got a bit of a telling off about people being a bit silly. But Kate, if this is for you, or Helen, would you understand where you would, somebody's just scratching that on the back of your neck and just making you feel a little bit like you're pushing my buttons, sweetheart, and if you don't pack it in, I'm getting a bit peeved with it now. There's just that niggle, that one person that if you see them in a crowd coming towards you, you're like, oh no. It's just that feeling I've got. And she's saying, trust your instincts. We obviously have free will. We can talk to who we want and do what we want. But she's just saying, they're just making a bit, just a bit, and I'm going to, I'm ready to, I'm not condoning violence in any way, shape or form, but I'm ready to give somebody a bit of a, all right. Okay. Right. 16th of a month. If you watched earlier, I can be a little bit out with dates, but around the 16th of a month is significant. And I feel like there's something around now for you as well, because I've just got a big bouquet of flowers. So it's either a passing or a birthday, but it's around now. Beginning of May, aren't we? So around the beginning of May, you have a celebration, sweetheart. So that they're bringing that for you, Kate or Helen. She has her operation on the 16th. Oh, bless you. Okay. And Kate, that was her birthday's the 12th. That's a little bit too far out. It's normally a day or two, but go with it. You never know. All right. Blood tests, because she's scratching on my arm. So there are blood tests that are around you. And I don't feel this is for your daughter, Helen. This is separate to that, because I know they do blood tests and things before an operation, but there's somebody who's having it feels more like an MOT, when the doctors send for you and they want to do all sorts of things. For blood tests. Okay, for you, Helen. Okay, lovely. And I'm right. Okay. I'm not medical. I'm not a doctor, but she's telling me there's somebody's medication being tweaked. They've just changed my asthma sprays and COPD sprays. So there's something being tweaked. So asthma, insulin, whatever, but there's something that's been balanced out is what she's saying. So I feel like there's something where medications have been balanced to try and keep things up on the level. Okay, sweetheart. I normally wear a cross, but she's dropping something around my neck. So there's necklace, cross, locket, but there's a necklace that's left from spirit that's coming through the family. All right. And she's also making me, I don't like false teeth at all, but she's just talking about false teeth. So you would understand where either this lady or somebody would have false teeth, because she's, yeah, and I don't like them, so she can have them back. God love you. Thank you very much. All right. As they're pulling their energy back from me, sweetheart, I want to say that, and as I sighed then, Kate, Helen, Sharon, and Justine, you need to just take that big deep breath and just chill, because I feel like at the minute you're like this, and she's saying just chill, just calm. And I've just had the phrase, good things come to those who wait. Good things come to those who wait. So there must be something around this where you've just got to be patient. Be patient. All right. And you will, and she's changed it again now. So she said, and you will see your day. You will see your day. So whatever's going on, yeah, and she's just changed it again, and she just said, because karma is a B word. So just be patient, be patient. They're aware of it, and they're seeing it happen, and they're going to sort it. All right. She used to see your boat will come in, Sharon. That's a good one. I like that. I will leave their love with you and say God bless you, and thank you so much for working with me tonight. All right. Okay. I've got an energy building, but they feel quite familiar. I don't know. I want to make sure it's not somebody connected with me. Thank you very much. I got bored, so I did them, and I stuck some little gems on. Look, for people who saying they like my nail colour, little gems on. Okay, right. Okay. This chap who's building his energy with me, like I say, feels very warm, very familiar. I don't know if I've worked with him when I've been online on my services, or if he's somebody that I've worked with before, but he's a lovely guy, very gentle soul, very calm, very peaceful, just sort of, I feel very level, and that's the only way I can say this. He's a very level chap, very amenable, very jovial. I feel like you could hear his laugh from 15 miles away, and you'd know it was him. All right. Very playful energy. Okay. Right. I'm struggling with breath and my chest. So this chap would have had issues in the chest area. I'm asking him to bring a bit more, because everything's given so far I need him to start nailing it down, so I know where I'm going with this. Okay. No, approve the link first, then we'll go into the message. This could be fun. In the nicest possible way. This could be fun. Right. He's a lovely guy. But he could be quite strong-minded, and the word he's just given me is willful. So I know once he's got something in his head, you ain't shifting this guy. Okay. Wow. He's just given me, like I said, with dates, I can be a day or two off, but 16th, and then he said June. So I don't know if it's the 16th of June, or if he was saying the 16th and then June. So they could be separate, they could be together. I don't know. That's just how he gave it to me. All right. He's also talking about the month of September as being significant around the family. And he's also saying that somebody would have gone with a condition that spread. So like a cancer condition or something where it starts somewhere and it spreads. And by the time they caught it, it was already too far. So this, I'm not making assumptions, but it does sound like that type of condition. Okay. Facebook user Lauren Elise and Rebecca. Okay. Can't take June, but the funeral's in. He said 16, then he said June Facebook user. I'm sorry. No, Lauren, it could be separate. He's just acknowledging that condition. Okay. Horse. If you were trying to have a conversation with this guy, I feel for you because he's a little bit all over the place. And I feel, yeah, okay. He's one of these chaps where about 20 minutes later, but you'd be sat and he would start again about a conversation you were having 20 minutes ago. It's that feeling I'm getting with him. He's all over the place. He really is. Yes, so he's stubborn isn't the word for it. He's very single-minded, but he's saying seven connects to a family. So mum, dad, 5 children, 7 children. I don't know, but there's 7. Hello, dear.
I'm in the mix too as well, I'm afraid. I just thought I'd let you know.
All
and
right.
you did say that it was someone that you'd worked with before as well.
It's a very familiar energy, and I couldn't quite tell whether. To be honest, I was going to shout you was before the link came up because I thought this feels like, but I'm not sure yet. But listening, everybody, okay. Okay. There's also. I know this. No, give me something else then. If you want me to okay. There's something he's making light about with a mask. Like what I'm seeing, just in case you don't understand, I'll give you my frame of reference, and then you'll know where I'm coming from. What I'm seeing is like Zorro with the mask and everything, but I'm also getting like lyrics from Adamant. I'm the dandy highwayman who you're too scared to mention. I spend my cash on looking flash, grabbing your attention. So yeah. I don't know what this is, but it's okay. Right. Okay. I'm going to try and put this bit as nicely as I can without making people hurl. Sorry if you're eating. If this is for people in the comments, Nick, somebody must have had a false eye.
Yes.
Which would pop out.
Yes.
Okay. And I'm going to the toilet, keep an eye on my pint, and he would drop the eye into.
It has happened, yes.
Right. Okay. Grim, but there you are. And the thought of like going, yeah. Anyway, but okay. Also, whilst we're on the theme of masked highwaymen, somebody has made a comment over the past few days, weeks, where that's highway robbery. That's highway robbery. So
yes,
either quotes for jobs, and you're thinking highway robbery. Okay, not for you, Linda. Okay. But yep.
The comment that I had was the exact words, and it was from my landlord about something.
Oh,
And
okay.
it was
Okay.
2 days ago, and I can take adamant as a connection as well.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Right. He's this gentleman. You work for the NHS, and
That's going up. That's going up.
yeah. Okay, Zoe. All right, sweetie. And I know I've it's about losing things today. I can't feel my leg below the knee. I can't feel my leg below the knee. Somebody must know somebody who either has bad circulation or literally has lost a part of the leg, because I feel like I can't find my foot. I can't find my foot. So there's the circulation issues. Oh, right. Okay. My sciatic nerves and my hips have been absolutely chronic for a couple of days, but I'm getting healing across the back as well, and across the top of the posterior, because there's healing needed in those areas. All right. Ooh, gout. Nasty. Michael has gout. Zoe, Michael has gout. It's horrific. Lemon juice. Lemon juice apparently is really good for it. Okay. I know I know we were just talking before about Scarborough Fair, but I can hear, the parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme. So growing herbs, something outside, there's this connection to growing herbs, things. Not tomato plants, Nick, before you mentioned the tomato plants. All right. Okay. No. What was that? Sorry, I got a waft of something under my nose, and I can't quite place it. You're going to have to bring that a bit closer for me, sweetheart. It's like a pipe smoke, but it's not. I don't know what this is. I feel like I want to be holding a pipe in my hand. If you can take this on in the comments, please shout up, because I don't understand. But it doesn't smell like any pipe tobacco I've smelt before, so I don't know if there was something that was added to it or what this is. But I've got this unusual smoky smell. Okay. And when I said smoky smell, I heard, oh, for goodness sake, not smoked bacon. So either we really didn't like smoked bacon, or park drive tobacco in a pipe. That's a new one. Okay. Mandy, it definitely wasn't that, sweetheart. Definitely wasn't that. I know that smell. Definitely wasn't that. Okay, bless you. Okay. There is an anniversary around as well, because I've just heard anniversary. Okay. Anniversary. I don't know if it means a wedding anniversary or a anniversary of a passing, but I just heard anniversary. All right. And I can see a birthday cake with candles. So there's a birthday coming up as well. Okay. And all right. Take a breath. Like I said before in the other reading. Take a breath. Right. Oh. I don't know what happened then. I came and went.
Oh, welcome back.
Thank you. It's just, yeah, okay. It's funeral anniversary, and it's your birthday today. Happy birthday, Zoe. Happy birthday. Right. And All right. And I want to say ashes are, I feel like my ashes are separate. My ashes are separate. I don't know if some were placed in one place and some were placed somewhere else, but the ashes are separate. All right. And he is going, but as he's going, I've got to give you hollyhocks, lupins, and what's those other ones? What was that other one you gave? Sweet peas. Hollyhocks, lupins, and sweet peas. I don't know how they go together, but I will leave his love with you and say thank you for working with me.
Good.
Okay.
Time for one more, mate.
One more. Fabulous. Oh, half were in Scotland. Some were in Scotland and some were in England. Okay, and half were placed with his wife and half on a tree. All right. Okay. Let's see who. Okay. Right. I've a younger energy connecting with me now. This young chap, as he's bringing his energy to me, I want to say I've got a bit of a cheeky chappy, Jack the Laddie type energy building. I don't feel I was in my 50s when I took my transition to the world of spirit. I feel like I was younger than that. So maybe early 50s, late 40s, early 50s, somewhere around there. But don't get hung up on the age. I just feel like I'm younger than me when I take my transition to the world of spirit. And he says, I was a fighter in life and I fought it all the way. So this chap would have really fought before he took his transition to spirit. He gave it everything. And he says, I was tired. Oh God, I hate it when you get emotional. Come here. Right. Okay. He's a lovely gentleman. And when I say gentleman, I mean he was a gentleman. All right. But I feel like he might have been quite imposing if you were to just see him in the street, because I feel like I'm quite, it's good for me, beefed up and, quite a broad chap. Okay. He's a really lovely guy as well. His heart's blowing up to the size of a beach ball in my chest as he's connecting with me. Kaza and Shauna. Okay, just listening. But he is a really lovely guy. But I feel he's saying I could be misunderstood. If that makes sense. I'm not quite. Are you all right, Nick?
Yeah.
I just heard this doing and thought,
oh, that was my phone.
That's all right then. I just feel like he's making me feel like he could be misunderstood. Okay, that's all right. He's a lovely guy. Come on, move on. Where are you going? All right. He's talking about his final journey. So when you had his funeral, there was something about clothing. So either there was something specific people wore, or he was wearing something unusual, because I feel like it's clothing, and he's laughing. So it's something uplifting that he wants to acknowledge about his funeral, if that makes sense. And he's okay. Right. He's talking about those that were left behind, those that are left behind. So he's around, and I feel like he's going younger. He's going younger. So the younger ones who were left behind. So there's either younger siblings or children or something in the family, younger ones in the family that he's talking about. He's around at the minute because he needs to. He's watching develop. He's watching them develop. He's watching them develop. Okay. Sorry, he's just a bit giddy. Just a bit giddy. I'm trying to keep a focus and keep a train of thought going with him. All right, bless you. The younger ones, he's saying they are the bright. The bright. So he's saying that the really intelligent. So they're going to do well. All right. If they apply themselves, one of them can do really well, but they're a bit yeah. So they need to buckle down a bit. All right. Also, L. I don't know if there's a name he's trying to acknowledge, but all I'm seeing is the initial L. I'm trying to get a bit more for that, but all I can see is an L. All right. And I want to say this energy feels relatively new, so a recent passing between now and 5 years, if that helps with pinpointing this a little bit. The smart but won't study. All right, okay. Well, there's the L name that I need to acknowledge. All right, bless you, sweetheart. I know we're in the month of May, but I need to acknowledge the month of May. But I feel like he's doing this as more of a memory thing. So remember when we went so and so in May? It's that type of feeling I'm getting. But also I'm feeling like I need to move forward in the year. So I want to go around September as well for a birthday, anniversary, or a passing. Okay. He wants me to acknowledge the person who is really, really struggling right now in terms of low mood, low energy, feeling like I just want to close the curtains and ignore the world. So it's that feeling of closing myself off and shutting myself down. And he's saying, come on, we can do this. Okay. Okay, Lauren. Okay. He was acknowledging this recent energy. So between now and okay. But yeah, he's talking about this sense of locking down and we can do this. We can get through it. We can do this. So he's trying his best to motivate and to say, I'm here and I'm supporting and I'm giving you crutches and we can get through this together. All right. All right, sweetie. He says he's got a gentleman with him in the world of spirit who went really quickly, snap, and he was over in the world of spirit. All right. He's just popping in to say hi because he knows that we're closing off now and it's coming to the end. So there's actually a load of spirit behind him wanting to come in. Okay. All right. I've got a feisty lady that's just popped in as well. And she said, and you better not forget me. And she's pointing a finger and she's saying, don't you forget me. And I know Alice has been commenting, but Alice or Allison, there's that Allison name that is significant. It might be connected in the world of spirit, or the name's been passed on or something, but oh, bless you. Right, okay. Also, I need to go on. Middle of crunchy bars. Cinder toffee.
Honeycomb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cinder toffee, honeycomb.
Cinder
That I've got that. You know, the stuff that you eat it and you can feel your teeth rotting as you're chewing it. I've got that. And I feel like somebody would have made it as well, because I can see it bubbling in a pan. So
That's cinder toffee, all right.
Yeah. So somebody would make it, because I can, like I said, I can see it in the pan. And I've got the smell of fresh baked bread. So she's just leaving you with all these positive, nice things. Okay. So I will leave the love of spirit with you. I'm returning. Sorry, see, she's not finished. I'm returning a flower, which for me, in my terms of reference, is a flower was laid with me. So I'm returning it with love. Okay. So if you placed a flower with this lady, or the younger male that was in spirit, they're returning it with love. Okay. And the younger male is just popped in and said, tell them I felt them holding my hand. I felt them holding my hand. So they felt you holding the hand. All right. So I will say, God bless. Thank you for working with me. It's been a lovely evening. I've really enjoyed it, and we need to do it again soon.
We do indeed. Ladies and gentlemen.
Tomorrow even, 4 o'clock.
Yes, exactly. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you our medium for the evening, the lovely Reverend Tony Swindells, who you can, of course, find at Reverend Tony Swindells. It's Tony Swindells Medium on Facebook, is it not?
It is.
It is indeed. So the comments are rocking in, thanking you for a wonderful, wonderful evening. And Tony, it's always a pleasure to work with you. And yes, just to make a quick reference, if you want to see more Tony and a little bit more of me too, as well, I know, we do have a show on Friday afternoons called The Two Revs. And it is at 4 o'clock, and it's on both our Facebook pages. There's even an actual Facebook page for the show now. And thanks to the lovely Eunice and Tony, Tony has been another Tony Spinks. He's been working really, really hard at work, bless him. And he's been talking to his boss and doing loads of stuff. And he's sorted out some T-shirts for us. So all those that were going on about branding last week, thanks to Tony, his boss, and some encouragement from the other governor, Eunice, we will be getting some T-shirts for everyone to see. So excellent stuff, and a big thank you. And Kate, that is tomorrow at 4 p.m. Tony has already connected the links. It is a lovely opportunity to talk about philosophy. That's what we do. And so we do have a good old time. But thank you everyone for commenting, for being part of the show. There's some names that I haven't actually brought up yet. So my lovely Cherry, I'll see you at 12 tomorrow. Chrissy, good to see you as well. My Kazza and my Shelley, and my mummy, and Tony, sorry to jump on here. I've messaged you with an there we go. You got a message from
yes,
Shana.
I've just
there
seen it, Shana. I'm so sorry it dropped off the bottom of my messenger thing. I've got it. I'll send it. I'll get in touch with you.
Dawley says, can you swap sides? It's like Deck and Ant. There you go. There you go. We were doing it different purely because just to mix it up.
Yeah.
But yes, I can totally agree with that, Mother. Tony and Eunice, as always, to the rescue. Sue Parry, good night, Nick, Tony, and all. Love from John and me. Great evening with you, lovely peeps. Lovely readings. Nice to meet you too, Kerry Scott. Nice to meet you too. Elaine Bellinger, nice to see you. I did start a message, your first message that you gave out from Lauren Gregory. It was everything, Tony, from the passing and the aches and how he passed. It was very unexpected. And the lady who was with him with memory issues, well, could take it all, even the dates. Thank you. So there we are. Thank you, one and all, for being with us tonight. If Reverend Allen hasn't nodded off, I'm gonna ask if he's awake. He's awake. Gonna ask him to come back on the screen for the closing prayer, of course, because it is a service. So, Reverend Allen, we know you're there.
Yeah.
Hello. Yeah, it's really, really quite spooky with the lights off. It's funny though. There we go. Some like, oh, Tony's disappeared. He's disconnected to himself. He'll be back in a minute, I promise. But yes, so tomorrow, 4 p.m. on Facebook and YouTube, we've got the lovely 2 Revs, which should be a laugh. I will bring Reverend Tony back in if he comes back on, bless him. I think he might have just accidentally clicked the wrong button, bless his heart. But let's join together and close this evening for all those that remain with us in prayer. As we say, Great Spirit, Father, Mother God, we thank you for the opportunity to come together as friends, to unite under your banner of love and hope and friendship, to witness your proof and your truth that life is indeed eternal. As we close this service and send out all the love and energy that we can to the world and where it is needed, we thank you and all of those loved ones who came forward. In the name of love, truth, and light. Amen.
Amen.
Well, thank you all for being part of tonight. I don't know whether Tony will be back on. It's quite likely he's had a network issue that's kind of kicked in. But Alan, thank you for coming on and giving your reading. Samantha and Hannah did have to nip off and go and get ready for bed. But from all of us here, and of course, on behalf of the lovely Reverend Tony, whose internet lasted long enough to give his messages, it's good night from Littleport. We'll be back in the village hall next week for our usual services. Do come along and join us and be part of the fun. Come along and see me and Tony tomorrow as well. But from all of us here, from Littleport, from Rotherham, from Cleethorpes, and from France as well, and from all over the world. God bless. Good night. May the peace of the Great Spirit go with you all.
Good
and
night.
We'll be back next week. Good night. Actually, before everybody goes, we will say a quick good night to Reverend Tony. He just made it back.
Hello.
Bye. Thank you so much, mate. I take it was either a dodgy button or a dodgy internet.
Dodgy internet. Weather's getting really nasty. But thank you, everybody.
Well,
God bless.
batten down the hatches, and thank you, Tony. And it's good night from us, and I'll see you tomorrow, mate.
See you tomorrow, buddy.